Okay, guys, welcome back to the channel. Matt with Greenbar Trading. And I'm going to go over a stock that is at the top of the gap scanner today. It's NRBO. This is a stock we saw 2 days ago make an epic move. Why did this stock make this crazy move right here? Well, what it did was it did a 1-to-30 split. So what that means is the float decreased. So the shares you can see here are under 1 million shares, the float. The float was 30 million shares before this split. Investors that were in the company, that let's say you owned 3,000 shares on a split like this, now they only have 300 shares, but they have that 300 shares at a much higher price than it used to be. So if we look at this on the daily chart, you can see here it split 2 days ago. So 2 days ago, it split. And a lot of these stocks that are doing this reverse splitting are really making some moves. So in the momentum world, you have to look at what everyone else is looking at. And it used to be the recent IPOs were hot. Now it's these reverse splits that lower their float by so much. The less amount of supply now, the greater these moves can be. I mean, look at this move on Tuesday. From opening at 20, now it was down in the 10s, but opening at 20 or 17, it went all the way to 63. 63. And then the following day, it just totally sold off back to the low of 17 that it started the day before at. So coming in today, I really liked that this had come back up. And I knew that this was going to draw interest because it is at the top of the scanner. There's really nothing else interesting at the top of the gap scanner this morning. The overall market is selling off. What else is new? So what I traded was this right here, this breakout of a nice bull flag. So this is a bull flag right here and there, and there's the breakout right on the 9 EMA, a very nice setup. Now I sold quick. You can see I only took 200 shares. Why did I only take 200 shares? You can see here on, from 26 in 2 minutes, it goes all the way to just about 28. So a 2-point move. If I did 1,000 shares, that's $2,000. Let's say I got in at the 28, the very next candle, you're hitting a low of under 27. So you're automatically, and the spreads, you're down 1,000. You hit 29 here, it's now at 27. So you have to manage your risk with stocks like this, especially when the spread is so wild. So that's why I only took 200 shares and, just trying to manage that risk. But coming in, watching it this morning at 7 a.m., this was a trend line that I was really paying attention to. If it broke this is where I got really interested in the stock. Now, volume really started to slow down until 8:30. 8:30 picked up, and then it came back down. But when it broke here, and you can see when it was coming up to this trend line, I had this trend line drawn already. So I knew the break of VWAP right here, don't get too excited because it pulled on back. And now looking at the open, we can take a look at it, see what it does. Down to 27, 26, 50. Little dip, rip. So the way that you can trade these, and you have to be very fast and if you've watched me long enough, you know that these are split second trades. You know, you buy the dip, you get a little bit of a rip, and you take your profits. You manage your risk accordingly. I will not be trading this thing during the regular session here because, as we've seen with other stocks, recent reverse splits, they've gone down and halted multiple times. And I do not want to get caught in a halt down, holding shares, just not something that I'm interested in. But this has room up to 29.54, and then you have a gap to 38.56. So if this can ever get past that 29.54, which was pre-market high and yesterday's high, okay? If that could get over 29.50, you have this really big gap right here that can get filled up. And I know a lot of traders will also be looking at that gap to see if that fills. Right here, let's look at this on the 1 minute. Get it a little bit bigger for you guys. Bear with me, just putting in our momentum set that I like to look at. So, like I said, 29. That's what it's got to go over. 29.54 to be exact. But you at least want to break pre-market high. There you go. Nice move. See if it can hold up. So this was a very good dip and rip off the open. Right, look at that, right into that resistance. A lot of traders look to take the dip to that point and get out because a lot of shorts are now forming positions here. So now the shorts jump in here off the open. If this can ever get back, might even just halt down. Look at that rejection though. Guys, this is why this is so key to have these levels when you're trading momentum. Even if you're trading anything, stocks in general, have these spots in so you know if you do get in, you want to be taking profit out here. So this is NRBO, reverse split, 30-1. So the float was reduced a lot. We can check this on flow checker, which I can't do right this second. But this is something, again, like on our Discord alerted, just like yesterday, DIF, the day before YTYX, NRBO, dangerous and whippy, so be careful. Just stuff that I show our group, what I'm looking at. But this is why I'm trading this with small size. So being in the green 67.70, not a huge day. I get it. But it is what it is. Manage risk, very nice. Got in, scalped, did my scalping the same way that I would have done if I had more shares, and ended up with 67.70 in profit. But that's NRBO today. And they have a lot of news, a lot of catalysts. But after reverse splits, a lot of times you'll see this. They're trying to pump the stock up for their shareholders that, you know, went along with this reverse split. And that's basically it. So NRBO, 200 shares, 67.70, was in and out of the trade pretty fast. It's still, the stock is still not dead, but I'm just not interested in this at the moment. All right, guys. So hit the thumbs up for me. If you're new, subscribe, and I'll see you back on the next one. Take care, guys.